let's see if I go over here. That'll give me a better idea of my activity. Of course, I'm going to be wishing I had a third monitor. Okay. Let's see. So, I haven't been on a couple weeks. It's been a busy life for me. But I was going to here, I really wanted to get into well, I actually wanted to do it sooner. I want to try to get to viewing these entries closer to when the challenges end for the ZeroG stuff. So, well, I guess this would be about 2 weeks after the 10th of June. It's for the sixth challenge, ZeroG Challenge 16. Let's go. Again, bumping, wishing I had a third monitor. Bumping between stuff here. Challenge brief, challenge 16. It was, let's see, the due date was June 10th. Vanilla vanilla reforged is allowed. Please label your submission what it is. Please consider labeling in the beginning. Build a SV or CV that is small enough to land on top of POI. So some planets terrain, like the jungle planet, do not allow you to, well, basically to land your large CV next to them without blowing up trees for, in this case, for someone to experience 30 minutes. I remember reading about that. So solution is a raiding ship to land on top of the target after destroying its defenses. In other words, these entries don't have to be the vessel that defangs the POI. They just need to be able to land on the POI afterwards, and from which you can loot it. CPU limits, vanilla T4, reforge, non-quantum. Thrusters must not be hidden. Weight and volume plus CPU compliant stuff. So SV, for landing on a POI, SV is the easiest solution to do because the SV, the blocks to begin with, are smaller. You're going to end up with a little less cargo space for looting the POI, but yeah, stuff. So I'm going to actually, in surprise here, there was only one that was clearly a reforged entry. There is one on the that they did say that you can modify it for reforge. You have to add the fifth extender stuff. But since that one, the build as on the workshop is vanilla, and you make the quick mod for a reforge, I figured I'll just show it with all the vanilla stuff. So here, the first one I'm going to go here is look at the one for reforged. This is the BlitzShark. Let's see. Okay, click here, post the BlitzShark, and it is by ProcyonLotor. And we'll throw down here the URL for that. Okay. Okay, so we got. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go look at this thing. Okay, the BlitzShark. So now, if I'm looting a POI, one of the things is going to, especially now that the SVs can have turrets, one of the things I'm going to look for is an SV. At least my preference when I'm doing an SV is an SV that's can actually defend itself. It looks like it's got a little bit of firepower here to take on, to attack a light POI with. I'm not sure exactly how tough of POI you can take on for various SVs, how much you need to do that. For vanilla, that will be your default limit on plasma cannons. I think the limits are different in Reforged. I think you get a slightly higher limit, but you still have to comply with CPU. I think. Well, let's go. Okay, let's see. We should be in Reforged Creative. So plasma cannon, explosion radius. Come on. Maximum amount 12. Okay, yeah, I thought the height limit was higher. You still have to comply with CPU, but yeah, that's okay. And then we have here got we got some of those laser turrets. Come on, tell me. Do I have to get like a multi-tool or something to tell me what that is? Come on, give me. I know there's other ways to do it, but I'm just gonna. Well, it says minigun turret. I want to say that that's right. I think the artwork um, for Reforged ends up pulling that for the minigun turret. So you got minigun turrets top and bottom and stuff. Um, so the question would and one here in the back. So got decent coverage. There might be a few. Well, no, because that's way down there. So it's probably going to cover from around here. You got that covering a fair bit. So blind spots as far as dealing with the troops that might spawn while you're inside the POI, clearing it out. Just a small blind spot up close, but for the most part, it should be pretty good. And then you have a couple up top, can deal with some drones. I noticed earlier when I was spawning this in, making sure I had subscribed. There is 5 laser, so they are laser turrets. I thought my thing is just saying that it's a minigun turret. I don't know. Maybe it's something different between the Reforged Creative I've got, or I don't know. So, but yeah, there's I see 2 on top, 2 forward on bottom, and 1 back on bottom. I like the coverage of it. Stuff. Yeah. So I feel like I could walk away from the SV without worrying about uh, troops spawning around and taking it out while I'm looting. Out of curiosity, one other thing I'd probably be looking for if I'm leaving it unattended is we got a Pentaxid tank. So I am guessing. Let's go grab some Pentaxid. Let's see. Here we go. Manage. Oh, come on, let me. Something like that. And shoot. Does it have? Well, I'm pretty sure Pentaxid's up both for shields or for. Does it have a shield? It's not required, but it's hardened steel, so it's some combat steel. That's right. Reforge, I think, lets you go a little tougher on stuff. You just have to come up with the sufficient thrust and stuff. Okay. I like all this thruster. I mean, I like the look of it. Okay. I don't suppose devices. Warp. Yep. Jump drive. Heavy shield generator. Warp drive. Yes. Heavy shield generator. I'm seeing things grouped. Small generator. Come on. Well, now that I'm curious, is the heavy shield generator even in heavy shield generator placeable SV? I don't know. Let's go. Okay, we have ammunition controller. Hello, why? Great. Maybe I'll switch there so it doesn't. Okay, there we go. 5,500. Okay, so a decent amount of ammo. And a container controller, 7,500. So you got modest a bit of a cargo. And if you're being mass and volume compliant in Reforge, it is actually a lot harder to pull off. Not impossible, but a lot harder to pull off cargo. Even though the CPU for cargo is cheap, it's still the matter of mass volume compliant for the thrust you'll need. And since this thing is a bit of a flying tank, it looks like, some sacrifices I'm guessing had to be made. I like the little glow right there by the door. I'm noticing here that since the this side of the door is a little thicker, I was just curious. I'm like, no, we don't do the glow here, but it probably would have looked a little more awkward there. Whereas here, where the door is a little thinner up against that side, it does look nice and clean. I like that. And yeah, and then some glows here. Makes me wonder if these glows were put in here for to beautify it, and then these were added to complement. I am tempted to turn on the lights. I am curious. What I'm curious about, let's put dark. Okay, no, that's not how I do it. It's up here. Let's stop speed time. Let's go night. The fact that there was two lights on each side made me wonder. Looks like they're all facing forward. And here I was thinking that maybe that you'd have two facing forward and two facing out to the sides a bit. That at least that's the first thought that popped in my head with that, was to have kind of light the whole front area, not just straight ahead, but where someone would be outside. And I needed to fill this thing up with fuel. Here we go. Fuel it up. Yeah. So that at least that's the thought that popped in my head here, is if it was using those extra lights, light over this way. I realize they're up higher, but it still probably gives some sort of light. But they're all facing forward. Okay. The silhouette there looks really nice. I like that silhouette. And I do admit, having those facing forward like that really, especially as I'm passing through here, really accentuates that silhouette. The front part, that is. The rest of it is being silhouetted by back there, but it really accentuates and pops out that front. Okay. Okay. I am tempted. I got it. Well, okay. I'm probably not going to fly everything in here. We got plenty of passenger seating. I notice we got here. We got. This is one of the things I probably wish vanilla did. And of course, I've been so busy lately. I haven't even played the game lately. I'm not sure that if they added this to the no, is this in? I'd have to. Okay, now I got myself questioning what devices are available for your SV in vanilla. I want to say that was HV in vanilla. At least last I recall, it was HV in vanilla, and you didn't get it on the SV, which was kind of annoying, especially when you're talking a challenge like this. Uh, Even if I can't have a clone chamber on the SV for respawn, at least some sort of med station that if I can come back and get healed up. Because you don't always get immediately killed down there when you're looting a POI. So, okay. Now, what was that? Oh, yeah, I wanted to fly this thing. Oh, there. Oh, now we have the shield's flashing. So, we'll flash for a moment. Come on. Okay, whatever. And it could be the SV has a heavy shield, but it could be something with my. But it was there in the list of devices. I don't know. I don't care while we're flying here. Let's go look at the statistics. Oh, we got plenty of down thrust. Even if I came to a stop, I'm not going to fall. And with that 92, this thing probably can do some flying on some high G worlds. So, of course, the challenge wasn't to build something to take down a POI. So I'm like, okay, the side to side. I'm like, yeah, but that wasn't the objective of this thing. To have, to try to dodge bullets or plasma blasts or rockets or anything like that. But with its hardened steel and a little bit of combat steel, I'd imagine it's pretty tough. In the equipment group. Okay. Well, let's see. Is there... There we go. Equipment. Heavy shield generator, which... I don't know. Something's behaving funny here on my Empyrean. Uh, so it's there, but my copy of Reforged Creative for some reason I'll probably have to recreate this game. That's to be sure that what's going on. So I'll have to deal with that another time. But yeah, I'll have to pay attention. Try to remember that there was something going on. I probably want a new creative game. When you dock SV, the shield is off. Yeah, I know it is. Okay, that's right. I tried turning it on. Well, let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's flashing and it stays flashing. Okay, that's what I was expecting. Okay. When I went for the flight earlier, if you paid attention, at least what I saw, is I thought I'd turned it on, but maybe I turned it off. But it flashed for a moment, and so I was thinking there was some issue with my thing that it was stuff. But it's possible that maybe I had been on, but since I was docked on the base, that it just simply I got myself confused when I took off. Then I turned it off and prevented it from actually charging and proving that it works. Okay. The BlitzShark. Let's go. The rest of it was actually a fair bit of submissions. Um, Now, a bunch of them were by Robot Shark, so I will have over here. We will not start with. Normally, I do my own submission last, but we're going to do the Robot Shark ones last because there's several of them. Okay. So, oh, it's night here. Let's do daytime. Yeah, I like some things at the night too, but and a lot of things are mostly grays here. But let's see them in the light. Okay. We have the Phalanx. Now I noticed this one was placed on the workshop page. I noticed this one here. Um, I don't. Did I see it in the thread before I saw it on the workshop page? I'm not sure where I saw it first on the thread or the workshop page. But okay, let's go Phalanx. Let's get the links for that. Phalanx-CV. Okay. And this is by sulusdacor. And let's put the link for this one here. Okay. Now uh, this I'm looking here. Um, if you look at these antennas down here, I'm thinking they form a nice little tripod. And basically, your CV is going has a small footprint here on that tripod, but then going up from there. So you get a decent, a modest size CV, but it's all um, vertical instead of horizontal. This also has the advantage is that all these turrets, and look how they're staggered here on the stuff. This thing would, I can imagine that if these are all atmospheric turrets, this is in vanilla, but I'm seeing cannon, 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 cannon. So these are all atmospheric turrets. So you could actually hover this nearby the POI, and those turrets, especially with them being staggered like that, they're probably going to all have a pretty good shot at pounding a POI. So there's a good chance, depending on how tough the POI is, you could use this to crack it too. And then with the narrow base down here, you could land it on a POI. You know, the POI just doesn't have to have a very big landing pad, one that might be designed for an SV, but this got a small enough footprint. It's going to set right down there. Okay. And then we got a couple horizontal turrets that probably gives you your defense against drones. Okay. Oh, I'm loving this asymmetrical piping here. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, but I'll probably forget about it later. I think we got a thruster behind there. Which the question would be, do you consider that blocked or not? I know that those pieces there, I believe they don't block. They're one of the few pieces that don't actually block thrust. Um, and technically, we can see some of the thruster block poking around the edges of the circle here. That is kind of cool, though. Um, you get your thruster right through that block. That's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever used it yet myself, but I've seen people use it, and it can be really nice. Okay. I've got some sentry guns, looks like, for some defense against troops. decal blocks there looking like an exhaust. Oh, that's I didn't pick that out. That's the detector there with the asymmetrical piping. Just like, oh, look at that cool asymmetrical piping, but it's asymmetrical piping around the detector and just kind of makes it pull a little. I guess that piping just pulls that detector right in. And some asymmetrical work with the deco here with the antennas, and then our symmetrical antennas bracketing the thruster. It looks kind of cool. Loving some of these small little asymmetrical details on that antenna on top of that circle. Or no, it's not a true circle. It's I'm not sure what you call that shape because it's not a true semicircle because the semicircle is really this part, but only half the block. And the other half there is the from its additional base. Is that? Uh, that is cool. I like that. Well, they do it on both sides. Okay. And this wrapping right on through the exposed thrusters. I'm getting myself sucked into the outside here, and I'm not even taking a look at the inside. Oh, here we got something here. What's? Oh, that must be. I remember reading something about dropping a troop drop sort of thing. Um, okay, that must be what they were referring to. That there was some of the stuff. So okay, you would hold on. I'm using God mode, so if you're climbing up the elevator, its motion sensor would. Let's drop out of God mode here. Whoops! Whoa! 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 Of course, since I'm in creative, I do the jetpack and it just takes me right up. Get a view right up into our wireless and the inside of those thrusters. Okay. Oh, got. In case you're wondering, pointing right there. Virtual cockpit offline. Press V to act. That's great. Press V to activate, which takes you to your third-person view. There's our warp drive. As we're going vertically here, we have a logistics container. Oh, these would be your standard boxes, and they're okay. When dealing a capital vessel, I would yeah. This probably gives you some opportunity to, they're labeled by color. So you could be like, I'm throwing all the um, all the weapons in the red box or something like that. I don't know how, if you want to somehow sort it. Okay, we got a gear here. Ammo controller, ammo controller. Oh, constructor. Oh, hold on. Let me get in. Uh-huh. The gear to indicate we. Wait, what is this? Cargo 160K. We got a container control system here. Okay, container extension. Okay. And we have a core. Tax a tank. Accessible. Okay, wait. I got myself. Okay. Okay, that looks like a little people. But let's look at the. Okay, looks like we have another constructor over here. Okay, so we got two constructors. People. Well, if you think about little people symbols, I'm not thinking that's people. I'm thinking of this quarter-related stuff or something like that. Oh, yeah, we got our passenger seats. Oh, this must be the drop right down. You get out of your 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and looks like they got personalized cargo boxes above them. P2 green. P2. Oh, I wonder if you go here. So we have yellow. Okay, so it actually could be that it's you go the red, blue, green, yellow. So if you have multiple players in the vessel, you could have each your own loot box. I see. I think I'm catching on. You'd have your small cargo box with 8,000, and then a bigger one on that elevator shaft with 16,000. So giving you a total of 24 per player on the ship. I see an O2 up there, so I'm thinking we got another layer to go up. Yeah, I could fall down and drop there, but I'm thinking, let's go check this elevator shaft. Yeah, the other cockpit was down below. The virtual cockpit had a little similar arrow. Okay, up here. I don't seem to fit, but I'm not terribly surprised if it's what I think it is. But not sure what purpose that would serve. But you certainly could use it for airflow, but I'm not sure. Everything around it looks airtight. It just looks like a little passage for deco. We have our med stuff accessible from here. Our med stations. Full suite with the medic station there. Full suite. Armor locker, repair station. Oh, fridge. Looks like we got another container controller there. Okay, and we got our seat to pilot the capital vessel. What's this one? Food processor. Oh, that is interesting. Oh. So you get the food processor here. So you actually a creative use of the bottom side of the food processor. So if we didn't have a view in this way, it would yeah, you'd still have access to the food processor. Kind of look nice. Well, the reason I pick out, oh my, that is interesting. And our O2 station up there on the ceiling stuff. Just out of curiosity, let's go. I'm curious. So we have our 160K, two ammos, 240K each. So lots of ammo. Yep. Cargo 240K. Yep. So your guests get 24K each. And like primary, you've got, was it 400K? So, and that's not counting the ammo. It's got quite a bit of. Okay. Wait, hold on. I've got to, just for the fun of it, I've got to drop out one of the. Come on. This was here. I've got to go ahead and do this. And if I had a jetpack on, I would, in survival, I'd probably try to hit the step back just a tad before I hit the ground to try to prevent myself from taking serious injury. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Cool. Okay. Okay, let's see. This next one is the JSC HF 41, the Punch SV Support Fighter LV level 20, class 1 CPU tier 4. That's a mouthful there. Maybe I'll just call it the Punch. Okay, and this is by Jorgodan? Jorgodan? I hadn't been previously following them, so I think this is the first one for me to see one of their builds. So, but just when I was subscribing to it on the workshop and saw just the pictures, I got a little sucked in there. I admit myself. I was very much enjoying this use of the texture here on these wing elements. I've played with various textures on the wing elements before, and it's been a while. But their use here with these wing elements going up like this, I mean, oh look, I'm like, oh that fits, that belongs. You know, if it was a wing going out like a traditional wing out away from the vessel, I'd be kind of like, oh, maybe not, depending on how they're using it. But here with this, I'm like, oh, I like it. You know, makes me think of a panel of electronics more than a wing so much. But yeah, and probably gives it a bit of a glow effect in the night. We got okay, but I was also liking their use of this here, using the this wing piece or whatever it is to join the wings to the vessel in a different shape or form. I'm liking the use, and the thing is, then you come back here with this. Sometimes looking at things, the pictures can look nice, but sometimes looking at it more directly can be thrilling in itself. I'm almost tempted to. I'm just curious. We want SV stuff. Railgun. Okay. Okay, so it's those that is those are standard block shapes. That's just the I'm not sure what you'd call that. But yeah. Then you come back here, it's like the if two walls sort of thing. Yeah, kind of a so yeah, creates a interesting little glow tunnel there. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I am, with all that glow going on, I'm almost tempted to say that there might actually be some green lights in here somewhere. Casting off. But how would I find it? If it's either that or the if that or the texture itself is throwing off enough light, but I'm not sure it would. I I want to say that for to get that green glow going on in here off of this, that you probably have to actually have a light putting off that glow. But I could be wrong. But if there is a light in there, I'm probably not the one that's going to go and find it. Yeah, actually, I could go to the control panel and see, so go to devices, see if they got equipment. I don't know, maybe the glow texture does throw off a bit of reflected light off of the other blocks. Got spotlights, but I don't believe you can give spotlights color. Oh, here we have lights, and they're kind of a in the spectrum of that, the same as the thrusters. And so if I went and found those, if I were to highlight those, maybe I could find those, and maybe that's what's producing this kind of metallic green glow. Oh, and out of fuel. Okay. Fill her up. Okay. Now I could, maybe I should stop admiring it for a little bit. And, okay, we got 1, 2, we got, I'm guessing probably a mirroring one on the other side. We got quite a bit of weapons here in the front. I want to say that I read that this one is built for POI busting, but we have that. Yeah. From a little bit of a distance, those ones up on top are going to have clear have view in the front. Stuff. So it'd probably be a matter of where you park that and where things spawn, as far as the turrets being able to defend the SV while you're down below. But it looks like there's plenty of coverage here. Stuff over here. Again, the blind spot's just going to be closer to the SV, so it should be fine. Stuff. Got clear coverage back here. As far as the SV defending itself while it's parked and you're away looting the POI, I think it's just mostly here in the front would be my biggest concern. But I like the way the front is done up. This thing is looks like it's designed to take a pound POI. As I said, I believe I read that's what it's supposed to do. Well, it'd be nice if that was on a motion sensor, but not like it's that hard to get up here and stuff. Looks like there's plenty of space that a motion sensor probably could have been slapped in here and signal work. But then again, the question would be, is there any signal? I'm not seeing anything over here. So maybe signal logic is not their forte at this time. So, this would, so that would just be maybe with some time they'll get some signal logic down and something like this, probably a single motion sensor somewhere on the walls and a little bit easier access. We have a hatch here. I don't suppose. Come on. No. 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 Maybe there is a sweet spot here. Okay. Well, easy enough to get out apparently. Yeah, so I can get out that way. But can I spawn a drone? Apparently I'm having a little trouble with that, so concept of drone hatch, but I don't know if there's some sweet spot, sweet angle to make that work. I am not the master of drone hatches, so I couldn't. It's not like I'm gonna just quickly like, oh yeah, this should be the sweet spot. Stand right about here and it'll work. Okay. Okay. I like a lot of the block work on this thing. I'm just really enjoying a bunch of it. Um, very beautiful build. Um, well, that is interesting. For a moment there, I was my mind was playing games with me, like, oh, they're blocking some thrusters with this, and technically, according to the game mechanics, those weren't block thrusters, but the stuff. And then I realized, wait, I'm actually looking at the back end, uh, the back, essentially the back end of the thruster. I'm like, oh, so they're actually making it look like intakes into the thruster, and then the actual thruster taking up the space and pointing it back here. Oh, that is cool. I like that. Okay. Well, I took the SV for a spin around there in Reforge. Why not just take this one around for a little spin? Okay, I need context. I need to be able to see something. Okay. A little weak side to side, but still moving pretty good. Pretty decent. Modest stuff. Let's go pull up the statistics here. Side thrust is 23. So, and I want to say that some people I've read that when they're dodging their those alien plasma blasts, at least a while back, that's 23 was the target, no, or say not 23, 20 was the target number some people would recommend, and so if it exceeds that, oh wait, oh, let's see, we're probably it's flashing there. Why is it? I don't think I put anything in the potaxic tank, and it looks like I don't have anything on me. So it's on, probably not, probably all flustered. I don't have anything actually in there. Okay, we'll manage that. Click, 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 click. There we go. There we go. Make you happy. Okay, it's dock, shields off. There we go. Okay. Now this is a small CV, not necessarily a really small footprint like that one. Of course, the challenge didn't specify what POI we're actually setting the things down on. So I'm not sure. It's kind of like that's part of the reason I didn't grab a POI and try putting it in here and testing these things, because it didn't. It said to land on a POI, but it didn't necessarily specify what our target POI we're landing on is. This one, just from the width of it, I'm going to guess it's going to have a harder time landing on a POI. But again, the question would be what POI you're talking about. Oh, I probably should link what, let's see, this was the next one in the list that I was going to look at. So we looked at the punch. So this is going to be the Avenger Nomad by CyberMech. Avenger Nomad by CyberMech. Let's Let's throw that link on there. Okay. Okay. Now, a question goes through my mind. Drill module laser. They're behind blocks. Do they actually... Can they actually fire those drill lasers through those blocks? I mean, visually it's open and stuff. And I know you can, if I was to be shooting into, so if I had my handgun and I'm shooting into here to shoot at like this thruster back here, even though game mechanics, it would consider it a blocked thruster if you've got that turned on. It would consider it blocked thrust. But as far as actually taking fire, someone shooting at this thing, that is not a blocked thruster. Stuff you can shoot at it. Also for explosion radiuses, that is not a block thruster. This stuff. So, like for that sort of stuff, yeah, it's. But I know the game can be a bit finicky about partial blocks blocking the line of sight of turrets and that sort of stuff. So it makes me wonder. Okay, this is creative. I'm not. I know I haven't been flying much of the CVs, and this is going to eat up some of my time that I'm going to be looking at this thing. Okay, this. What is this? Turret using the control panel. Da da da. Come on. No, not that button. Not that button. I want H. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go multi-tool. That way. Wait, no, that one right there. Multi-turret. So we had a multi-turret we can use salvage with, which I want to say CV multi-turrets only work in space. But if we're dealing with a space POI, we can use the multi-turret for some after it's been cored. Or we can use it for to tear apart something that we throw our core on. Okay. So we're getting a little view here, and I'm like, I'd really like to be looking at some of this stuff, but questions burning at me. Oh, I love some of that LCD work there. Okay, come on. Wait a minute, hold on. Before we run out of fuel here. Come on, is there... Oh, of course. Wait, hold on. No, I'm already in space. Okay, let's see. To toggle our detector on. Come on. Do I have... okay, we got unidentified asteroids. We're gonna... That looks like it might be one of the closer ones. Let's see. So we'll see if we can throw a waypoint on that. Okay. Come on. I thought no, did I? Maybe I didn't throw a proper waypoint on that. Here we go. Edit. Show on HUD. Yeah, there we go. That's our mistake. Pretty sure that was my mistake. Come on. Where? Come on. Why do I not? V. Come on, I thought. Oh, come on. Don't. Please, no hide and seek. I'm not in the mood for hide and seek on this stuff. Come on, where's... I know I've mined asteroids in creative as testing, but that wasn't this creative game. Oh, we discovered an iron asteroid. We got one close enough. I think it's that. I'm not. I won't even deal with this waypoint here. Let's remove that. I just need. Okay, mining lasers. Okay. And the answer is yes. That does not block. You can mine with that. Okay. Okay, that was not the nature of this challenge, but since I saw that, I just kind of had to answer that question. I'll have to keep that in mind for myself. Okay, now that I've got myself all turned around, let's find my way back to the planet and see if I can find. Need to write that down somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Of course. Speed time 0. So hopefully I haven't wandered too far and I can find the platform where I have all the builds. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let's ping. Okay, and I don't suppose we're probably gonna have to. Oh, of course I'm going the opposite direction. Okay. There we go, over there. Okay. Okay. And the difference between SVs and CVs is these technically don't dock to bases. They just land. Okay. Takeoff mode, flight mode. Oh. Wonder what sort of different thrusters that would have had on. Oh, now that I've gotten myself distracted and gone taken a little tour doing some mining, I remember seeing some of the pictures. As I was subscribing to this one, some of the LCD work stood out to me in some of the pictures. So, or materials, and I'm guessing that's their native language. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, I want to say, if I remember correctly, that some of the stuff that they've done, some of the pictures, clearly are done in two different, the English that myself, um, but then clearly in another language, which I was guessing that would probably be their native language, and then they play Empyrean, and then do a bunch in English for those of us so handicapped or. Okay, takeoff mode enabled. Oh, I probably should have been flipping it from here. Enable, disabled. Oh, interesting. And we have ready mode enabled. Wait, why is it not letting me flip the switch? Um, says the switch is not. Not active? Oh, I wonder if it's a... oh, that's interesting. Now the switch is off. Ah, interesting. So takeoff mode disabled. And now ready mode is enabled. Okay. Now I can actually flip the switch. I'll gather if I really wanted to, I can really spend some time and try to figure out the signal logic for that. So we got some beautiful LCD work. We got some looks like, I'm guessing, some skilled signal logic going on, and clearly these switches are keyed up to at least two LCDs. Stuff. So okay. Okay. So if we're in single player, we could actually, press F to sleep 8 hours. Teleporter. Oh, we got a teleporter on this thing. Teleporter is not active. Oh. Okay. It is on a motion sensor. Cool. I wonder if the motion sensor is down below. I suppose it could also be behind that block and just poke out far enough to get with the zone to get there. Okay, cargo pallet, O2, armor locker, medic station, fridge. Okay. Technically, now that someone can actually have a seat here, so you have the potential for at least one passenger. Got a couple constructors. This looks like an all-around multi-purpose vessel. We have ourselves a landing pad for SV here, and some nice work on the flares. Yeah. Okay. We'll hit God mode here. Okay. As I said, technically for shooting at it, those are not covered. But considering those are nice long tunnels down there, yeah, that's kind of like your Star Wars precise shot sort of thing. Only a precise shot. Yeah. Okay. We have quite a bit of weapons in this thing. Very, very creative, I like. Okay, over here. I've actually submitted this to a previous challenge we were doing with some modifications. I wanted to change the look of it a little bit. Basically, the basic thing is really not much changed on the Eagle. I probably should suppose, okay. This is the Eagle T4, so this actually is the upgraded Eagle and the stuff. I will, in the past, I've done it where I would have the basic version would be be one silhouette, and then my upgraded version would be I would change something up a little bit. I did that for a couple builds in the past, but I haven't been doing that lately. This here, I wanted to change up the look a little bit, give it a bit of a different look. And what I'll probably do is eventually submit the changes back to the other one. Stuff for the because it changes the silhouette a bit. But the previous challenge this had been submitted to was to make essentially a mobile base for SV. Well, in this case, the mobile base concept does mean that I gave it modest cargo and that stuff. I'm noticing here some blind spots here because of the stuff I added will block some of the range of the turrets against troops that might be nearby. Of course, this isn't landed on the ground and stuff. Let's see. Let's go. Let's put this thing down. Okay. So when I previously submitted this, that stuff, it very, very similar here, except for now I've removed the truss blocks, put in the T4 extenders, removed the T3 extenders, put in the have a full set of T4 extenders, and then over here we have our shield. Otherwise, I think this is pretty much the same as the one I submitted for a mobile base. I'm curious, did they? Okay, so the med is placeable HV. Yeah, for vanilla it's HV only. Yeah, so yeah, I have a couple passenger seats, stuff. The oh, that's on that motion sensor. Ah, that's how I was opening and closing that. Interesting. Did I forget to put a signal logic? Usually these sorts of access hatches, I will put some sort of signal logic to. I must have slipped that up. I didn't catch that because I don't think I have switches in here to open those. Yeah, I've usually I will do like this case. I usually just put access hatches or something like that, and then stuff. Of course, this since I have access hatches inside and outside and stuff. I'm surprised I didn't do that. Oh well. I probably got caught up in putting this one on the motion sensor, and I didn't even think about all the other ones that I didn't wire up on signal logic. I'll probably have to fix that on my own time another time. Okay. Basically, the biggest changes I made to this one versus the original, I wanted to give it a new look, kind of like a new look, is I added this mirrored on each side, but this here to change up the shape. Try to make it not. It's still very much a box, but at least change, add some stuff to the outside of the box to kind of change it up. And since I was adding these, what I did is I actually changed a little bit these blocks down here. Actually, I believe they originally carried through kind of this shape here, carried it on through up to here, into the up here. So these places I changed to a couple blocks, and this to some transitional blocks, so that I could then put some slanted wing shapes there to change that shape up a little bit there as well. As far as drone coverage is, those turrets up top get a full 360 drone coverage. Down below, have coverage through here as far as hostile troops. If I hadn't added, looks like I got, if the troops are a little bit further out here, it looks like the turrets on top will have coverage still. But it's a blind spot up close. But some of the other SVs were having the similar blind spot up close issues. So, yep. And this, but when they had the challenge for the mobile bases, that part of my thinking was I put this and I built it. Granted, it doesn't have each passenger getting their own unique controller or anything like that. Yeah, I have a couple fridges and stuff, and a couple ammo or armor lockers, just for the look of it and that stuff. This SV has a 22K, 22,000 storage stuff, and she probably doesn't need as much upward thrust as she has. That's actually uh, leftovers from back when I first came up with the concept of the SV, and I just keep it as a kind of like homage to the original build to have that much stuff. It actually used to have, instead of two to each side or four of the medium jets, it used to have a total of eight medium jets and additional other thrusters and stuff involved in it. But back then, medium jets weren't the powerhouses that they are now. They were efficient, but they weren't powerful. They were kind of weak, and now they are powerful. But I kept soloing this, so it is my mobile base. But that means it's quite suitable. Being an SV, it has a small footprint and that stuff. Now, when the challenge was uh, the first thing I started playing with, I wasn't going to be tall like this. Um, the CV I was originally working on, but I just couldn't seem to get it satisfied with it, so I put it on a back burner, played around with some changes to the Eagle, put out the Tier 4 version of it, and stuff. If I'm looting a POI, realistically for the SV, I'm going to want a shield on it, so it makes it a little tougher. It can take some hit while it's shooting back at stuff. No, the CV I was though working on was going to be vertical, but not quite this vertical. It was going to be vertical, but imagine taking these from BlitzShark, and BlitzShark submitted several, and putting one of these on its side. That's different shape than BlitzShark the stuff, but it's the basic concept of one of these. So it's a bit longer, the stuff, but I was going to go for a narrower profile for putting it on its side. Uh, I'm not sure what the depth was going to compare to one of these the stuff. But what Robot Shark pointed out is that there is a particular POI. Let's see if I challenge discussion. Um, or no, it's not there. It's if I go back, of course I navigated away from the page. Let's see, games, Imperion. Let's go to the official forums. Go down here to projects and challenges. I want to say, we go to the Challenge 16 raid ship. Go down here, and where the stuff. It's like there are two versions, each of in the workshop. A V1, which is the starter version, where I kept the CPU as low as possible. Two of them are CPU tier 1. Then we have the V2, which has an upgraded hull, CPU, weapons, thrusters, devices, and a shield added. All ships are thin enough to land on the top's distillery between the towers. So, and I remember seeing some picture that they were demonstrating one of these, that it could land on that POI because it was narrow enough to park between the towers, as stated. So yeah, there's a bunch of these. And let's see. the shovelhead. I want to say that this is this the shovelhead? Are these the shovelheads? These two here? Okay. That is the shovelhead. So we're gonna go here. Maybe I'll post it um, on the workshop. It's you can see here the Shovelhead V1, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the link here, and we have the Shovelhead V2, and throw that link on there. These are by BlitzShark. Oh, there's a space in there. BlitzShark. Okay. And the next four are also by BlitzShark as well. So these two that I'm looking at here, there's 6 that BlitzShark posted. Just the Shovelhead and the Shovelhead V1 and V2, those were posted in the Discord. But when I went and looked at the official Empyrean forums, this challenge was also posted there. And so I pulled some of these entries that people had submitted there. I didn't want to miss them. And there I noticed that BlitzShark had listed all 6 of their narrow vessels here. So Shovelhead V1, this is the so this would be the initial starter version. This would be then the upgraded version. Really get the feel how the difference in the standard windows here. Are these the hit points 1,000? So I want to say that those are the standard armored windows. I want to say, and then you have the old school armored glass, and then you have the actual heavy windows here, and quite a difference in the appearance that makes. And it looks like they may have looks like they actually pull it back into here a little bit. So they pull the window back in through, so this here, they take out these blocks, this row of blocks right in front, and extend the windows right through there, taking advantage of the difference in there. So I think they also bring the window back up here further. And so if we go look here, they bring it back through there. Okay. Okay. Both of them will have some landing pads up here. We got a view into the warp drive. We have our heavy windows here, giving it a much cleaner view. Stuff. Okay, we got looks like and even though that this one here, these thrusters might be behind the armored the shuttered windows. These ones actually have more hit points and give us more thrust. So, okay. We got ourselves a little hangar here. Oh, looks like a double door. Okay. I'm curious. External lights, internal lights, spotlights. Okay. Guess I'm not seeing, nothing's leaping out to me as a motion sensor or something like that. So I'm guessing you just manually manage the Although they're not jumping around either. So, makes me think that there might be on a switch somewhere. But I don't know where the switch is. They're behaving like they're on a switch. Those, because I want to say that those shutter doors should, as I pass through them and past them, they should open and close, unless they're actually on a some sort of signal logic. I suppose they'll. If there was a motion sensor, well, maybe we're out of. Yeah, we're out of fuel. So if they are on a motion sensor, then. But I want to say motion sensors strangely work without power sometimes. So, unless they're actually just shut off. I'm not sure. So unless the behavior of the shutter doors have been changed since last I played with them, I'm thinking that there's got to be. I don't want to waste too much time trying to find, just figure out. I suppose I could just click here and device signal logic. Something LG1, LG2, LG3, LG4, ramp. So, but then, what is side doors? Follow. Side doors. There's some signal called side doors. But where is that coming from? Is that coming from a motion sensor and somehow it's not working right for me? Or is that coming from a switch? Well, if it's a switch, it could be anywhere in here. Because technically, once you went out, you could just leave it open until you return and shut it again. But if it's a switch, I'm not finding it. Maybe it's a switch on the outside. Oh, if I were placing a switch, I'd place it somewhere near the door, but I'm like, it's got to be around. Let's go. Filter. Side open, close, side doors, follow. Oh, this one right down here on the control panel. There we go. Side doors. I just needed to look further down. Okay, here we go. Okay. And the ramp. Let's see. It is ramp follow. And that. Boarding ramp. Ramp follow. LG1, LG2, LG4. Oh, landing gear can give off a signal. I didn't realize that. Oh, so the landing gear extended, the ramp will. Oh, that is cool. I like that. I'll have to keep. I learned something more, something new. Two things I've learned today. One, mining lasers can shoot through those certain blocks. And two, landing gear have the signal that you can use, in this case, for the ramp. I like it. Okay. Now, previously, I was poked my head in here into the engineering section where we can see our generator and stuff. So not only can we see them from the outside through the window, but it looks like we actually have access to the maintenance thereof. Okay. Radiation hazard beyond door. Although technically, um, we get it right through that glass for the gravity generator. But yeah, radiation hazard through door. Yep, definitely. We have our constructor. Basically, all a small base here. We have our nice shower curtain, open toilet. But it's a private ship, so yeah. Okay. And this was that was the basically we were taking a look around here. The V2, the V1. Let's go God mode into here for a moment. Stuff. So let's see. Most of it's looking fairly similar. So what is the difference? Okay. Oh, back here on the outside, externally mounted shield generator. Okay, yeah, here we go. Externally mounted shield generator. There we go. This looks like the next one here. We also are using externally mounted shield generator. Okay. Looks like it's got a very strong relationship there to the Shovelhead. Very similar front cockpit. Might be a little wider though. The Shovelhead is width 24 meters. That's 12 blocks. 28 meters. So yes, this is 2 blocks wider. Okay, and this is the, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Osanshouo. Okay. Something I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of. I'll just call it Osan for now, because which yeah. Let's see. We have the Osan version 1. Osan version 2. Okay, and these are still by BlitzShark. Okay. And now, I'm not sure I've seen the Osan, these ones before. I have seen in the past. It's been a while, so mostly sort of forgot. But I have seen the Shovelheads before from a micro CV challenge and stuff. But these ones, I don't. I think I may have seen pictures of them a little bit somewhere. I am noticing that not only do we have a little difference, here they are very much different colors, some difference in the heavy window and this stuff. And yes, we still have some of the heavy window differences going on here, but we really start to grab here noticed here that the this shape right here, um, here we have a couple thrusters there, and this might be the V2 here, but it looks like that either we're hiding those thrusters completely, or we totally changed the shape. And if you pay close attention here, let's see. There, that'll highlight here. So if you pay attention to here, the lights give us a clue that this is where the thruster is moving forward. Our clue of the stuff. So it not only is the thruster not here in front of the light, it's a completely different shape. That is a different shape of. That is not just a cube replacing the stuff. That it is a different shape. That makes me wonder. Oh, because we moved the thrusters up here, up above the lights. Whereas this is just some blocks here. We moved the thrusters up. I see. Complete moving the thrusters up. Ah. And here, in contrast, where the thrusters are down here, we move them. Well, not well, those ones I could say you could move them forward is the stuff we used to, and these ones literally are up above stuff along the top. Okay. And then this thruster here is here we go. There's where it originally is. So these got moved up here, and where that would have been blocked, it actually just got moved completely back here. Interesting. And then here, we lose this ridge and pick up a turret. Is that a tool turret? Hold on, let's change from here. Multi-turret. Yep, that is a multi-turret. So we got a multi-turret up front. And then we lose these two decos and put a couple turrets there, rocket turrets there. Replace our cannon turrets with the mini gun turret there and a minigun turret there. In exchange for the cannon turrets. And this has sentry guns on both sides. That's just a combat steel block, and the sentry turrets are moved down to the bottom. And we pick up a few. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And then, since I picked that up earlier, that actually is side hangar door switch right there. Oh, this one's the stretch. We pick up artificial gravity. So, well, I think the other one had artificial gravity too. That's the gravity generator. Interesting. Instead of lights on the ceiling, they use some. But granted, there is the issue that the ceiling is half blocks, so a light wouldn't actually fit right up against the ceiling. It would end up being suspended here. So instead, we're just simply putting it on a light pole off the floor. Solving our issue of the half block ceiling. Warning, radiation hazard. We have so that'd be our engineering. Yes, the fuel tank technically gives off some radiation as well, but it's minuscule. The most basic of armor, and you'll be fine. Won't even notice it. Boarding ramp. Okay, the other one, the boarding ramp was keyed off the landing gear. Let's see. Yep, looks like it is the same thing. We got boarding ramp. We got our constructor. And here we got a little more of a platform here in the middle. Things around the warp drive, gravity generator. Okay. We have our container controller for ordered wood. That's for the multi-turret up there. Okay. 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 Let's see. And then we have two more here, also by BlitzShark. Okay. And these are the Barracuda. CV-Barracuda V1. And the CV-Barracuda V2. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like originally here, yeah, we get the shovel heads and stuff. These ones get one block wider. Otherwise, they look very similar, like a little evolution of the shovel heads, just a block wider on that. I'm gonna guess. I wouldn't be surprised if we also hit. Wonder these statistics. Oh, they're 34 meters wide, so we actually get a little wider and taller. That's one of the things that stood out to me pretty quickly is that they are a little taller here and stuff. And here we are using some uh, antennas as fillers for where you can put in some. The V2 picks up a thruster. I mean, not thrusters. Uh, uh, rocket launchers, fixed rocket launchers. We're using retractable turrets. Looks like here. Looks like the V1 and the V2 have some differences also in the turret arrangement here. It looks like we drop some deco blocks and we pick up a couple more turrets along here, moving that side thrust. So we move one of the side thrusters up forward instead of just two right here. We move one into the center between the turrets and move one forward. Okay. Looks like we pick. Interesting. Looks like we move around thrusters quite a bit here there. And we get a little upgrade in the stopping thrust power from this one. Looks like we mostly just have those two braking thrusters there. And over here we have one on each side, I'm looking like there, and a three up there, so five braking thrusters. So, interesting. And this here we have a fly-through hanger sideways. Right door, right and left doors. Okay. Since these hangar doors have significantly more hit points, we're not doing the double door trick. We are stuff. Our radar deco. Okay. Well, I think the other ones I've been mostly looking at the V2s here, so let's go wander through the V2 then. Okay. Got our repair bay. This stuff. Got a container controller. Ore and woods. That means must probably have a multi-turret somewhere around here. Oh, what's... Oh, clean up the look of the Pentaxid tank a little bit. Probably also made it possible to have a little more space in here. A little more width that is backed off, and we could clean up the look of the Pentaxid tank. Since our vessel is a little bit taller, we now have our ceiling looks like it's a full blocks, and so we actually have our lights on the ceilings. Oh, all those landing gear tricks. I am guessing we would just need to put this down, and we got our landing gear triggering our ramp. Container controller, ammo. I'm guessing this has got quite a bit of storage space on this thing. Have a little view out the window while you're working at the desk. Full med suite. Okay. Oh wait, we have switches. I'm thinking that we got some signal work here. Device signal logic. We got right hanger, left hanger. There's the lever. Right doors, left doors. That would be the taking. So XOR, yeah, exclusive either or. So depending on, so if I were to go back here, using the XOR, it doesn't matter which one I use, it'll change the state to the opposite state. Cool. Okay. And with that railing right there, you're going to stay safe from that fuel tank. All I need to be is 1 block away. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to call that there. I believe I'm being paged by my wife, so hopefully here later today I will get this over to YouTube and then share it. The stuff for perhaps people will enjoy seeing the view of these entries that were submitted for SVs and CVs that can park on a POI. These ones, it's their narrow nature of the ones by BlitzShark that they can park on some POIs. I've experienced this myself. I have one. I want to say my CV. I'm not sure if it's between the Shovelhead and the Osan, or if it's closer to the Shovelhead in its width stuff. But I do have a CV that I have parked it on POIs occasionally on their landing pads, even though it wasn't necessarily the landing pad wasn't necessarily designed for a CV that big, so it kind of stuck off the ends. But I do know that I have a CV or two that follow within the similar, the fact that they're narrow enough that it's actually able to stuff. Um, but I was still for this challenge. I was, The CV is a CV project I plan to finish at some point and stuff because in my case, my CV that was in the similar dimensions of these here, the Osan and the Shovelhead, I ended up with a situation in a game where I got severely wrecked. I went back, got my wreckage, but it was so bad trying to. It was flyable. I was able to warp with it, but landing planet side, the thing it was there was it was pretty much just where I came down and crashed. That's where it was going to rest, and it ended up resting on its side. And then from there, I that's where it wasn't really this challenge that set me to starting to build one that had similar dimension to that, just flipped on its side and stuff. And that's where I was going to be so some point, someday, I'll have that. But I really like, yeah, the SVs by default, they do have an advantage for parking on a POI. But I love this tripod concept here. Um, oh, and now that it's come to run out of fuel and come to rest, a landing gear there. A single landing gear for docking purposes. So you can park it on another master carrier CV or something like that. Although that would really stick out, really something on a carrier CV. Okay, well enjoy and have a good day.